Bipolar Rollers, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about the importance of alone time. I know when I was younger I spent a lot of time immersed in this sort of social butterfly persona where I very seldom had any time alone to really, process my thoughts, maybe think some things through, and most importantly, be comfortable with being alone. I think it's really important, and I talk about this a lot, to love yourself, to find the qualities of yourself that you admire and respect, maybe that you see in others, and enhance those and work through the problems and your thought processes that lead you to poor decisions, bad choices just in general. And I think that when I spent a lot of time in groups or found myself unable to spend any reasonable amount of time alone, I think that I don't think my life was better for it. Once I got over the initial loneliness that you typically feel when you're having withdrawal from constantly being, the center of attention or being in, these social settings, you have no choice but to either accept who you are or to, take steps to change the aspects that you don't like about yourself. And I think that's really important to find the time to do that. And I don't think you can do that in group settings. I think you really need to be able to be comfortable in your own skin. Spend a fair amount of time alone so that you can learn to appreciate yourself more. I think that it arms you better for life if you know yourself really well and you've reached a level of acceptance as to what your personality is about, what things you will or will not tolerate, things like that. This is all processes that you have to work through, and a lot of it involves spending time with that important person you're working on, and that's yourself. I know my loneliness and probably fear of societal rejection or just fear of rejection in general always led me to pushing myself out there, spreading myself thin basically between so many different people. I never really left enough time for myself. As a bipolar person, that's dangerous. You start to lose yourself. You might even find enablers out there who will help you facilitate, turn your manic thoughts into actions. That's not necessarily a great thing. Or your depressive side. You might attract people who are more than happy with the doom and gloom. People who live there, they wallow in it. And those aren't healthy people to be around either. But to really know who's good for you, and to set some healthy boundaries so that you only allow people in your life that, that where there's a mutual beneficial aspect to it, rather than a one-sided relationship or people who are just enablers for all the wrong sides of you. That involves a lot of self-knowledge. You can't get that from spending a ton of time being distracted by everybody else and everything else that's going on. So I highly recommend that you learn to get comfortable being by yourself, learn to work through your thoughts as a bipolar person. And, and during that peace, that quiet, maybe you can better catch the red flags or the shifts in your personality or your change in moods now that you're the only person in the room with you. And a greater understanding of your condition can only lead to healthier and better interactions with others. So if you haven't already and you feel that life's just constantly coming at you and there's just so many people to see and so much to do, that's not healthy. Find the time. Just spend some time alone. Be comfortable with who you are. Get to know and love yourself again. Because if you don't have that love within you, you can't put it out there. You can't give it properly. You can't appreciate, what you bring to the table, you can't appreciate your gift to this world. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Find some time to be alone. Get comfortable being alone. You don't have to impress anybody. There's no need for you any more social butterflies out in the world. It's okay to be out there interacting and mingling with lots of people, but you have to make time for the most important person in your life if you're going to live a healthy life with this condition. And that person is you. We'll see you next video.